I feel like the luckiest man on earth right now. And knowing I had the support of my fellow Pennsylvanians, my family, my friends, it was so overwhelming that it brought me to my knees and it brought me to tears. I will forever be indebted to President Trump. I love our country, and I'm so happy to be back here.
Gratitude and relief. American schoolteacher Marc Fogel thanks President Trump at the White House last night after he was released from prison in Russia. His return to the U.S. soil has been quite an odyssey. Let me show you how it all started. August 14th of 2021, he was arrested on bringing medical marijuana into Russia. And then you have this in June of 2022. He's sentenced to 14 years in Russia. He also did at a hard labor camp. This wasn't just like an easy thing. Finally, in August of 2022, Biden is urged by lawmakers to change him to a political prisoner. That took a while. There were laws, there were paperwork. Then the day that President Trump was shot, right before that, just minutes before that, Fogel's mother met with Trump and our next guest in Butler, Pennsylvania. And she said, "If you win, will you bring my son home?" And he says, "Yes, I will." December of 2024, he was designated as wrongfully detained. That's that law I was talking about. And then last night, of course, Marc is released and returns home. Republican Pennsylvania Senator Dave McCormick, he was there for all of it, and he joins us now. Fogel is from Pennsylvania. You were there, and as a candidate even, I believe you were at that Butler meeting, Dave.
Yeah, well, thank you, Dana. It's great to be here, and what a joy to see Marc Fogel last night celebrating. We had a chance to meet with President Trump did, and I did as well, with Marc Fogel's mom, Mafa. She's 95 years old at the Butler rally, and President Trump made a promise that if he was elected, he'd try to bring her home. I made the same promise. I'd do everything I could, and here we are, 22 days into the president's term, and Marc is home, and it's such a joy. And this just shows what leadership and focus can do. This is what America First looks like, focusing on American citizens. And Marc was overjoyed. I know his family is overjoyed, and we're just so proud of him and proud of the president for making it all happen.
Let's show a little bit of his mother on America Reports on Tuesday.
I woke up when he called this morning. It was just a total shock, first of all, because of the time he called and with the news. So it's just, an unbelievable situation right now. I think the first thing he'll do was stoop down and kiss the ground.
Oh, I'm sure.
There were prisoners released during the Biden administration. He was not one of them. And please play call for number 4. This is a couple of the Biden administration officials being asked about that.
I want to ask about Marc Fogel. Why wasn't he part of this conversation or this deal?
There's a limit in this particular case about what I can say publicly. I can tell you we're obviously mindful of.
Any specifics on Marc Fogel or any others, I would refer you to the State Department for additional information on those specific cases.
Is there anything more that you can tell us now that he's home about why they were hesitant or what they were trying to tell us?
Not really. He was getting the family was getting the runaround, and Mafa, the mother, came to my home in Pittsburgh. Dina and I had her visit our house, and we couldn't understand why he wasn't being designated as wrongfully detained. That's within the administration's ability to do that. And the moment that happens, there's a whole different treatment of our hostages. So that happened very late in the Biden administration. And the day President Trump got into office, when Secretary Rubio came to testify before Senate Foreign Relations, this was the first question I asked him. We had a bipartisan effort, Senator Fetterman and I and members of the delegation from Pennsylvania. We all came together to put the focus on this, and then President Trump and his team delivered the goods. And so what an exciting day for his family. But I think it was a lack of focus and a lack of leadership, and we've seen what a difference leadership can make.
I know that in the Wall Street Journal today, they have a big feature story about this case. And at the very end of it, they say that when he was able to write letters, one of the things he said is that teachers, of which he was one, should be considered as important as basketball players. Before I let you go, let's listen to President Trump last night on the terms of the deal.
What were the terms of this deal, Mr. President? Very fair, very fair, very reasonable. Not like deals you've seen over the years. They were very fair. And I think that's going to lead, and somebody else is being released tomorrow that you will know of. I think this could be the very important element. You could be a big part of it, actually, because it could be a big, important part of getting the war over with Ukraine.
I know that has been something you've paid attention to as well. Secretary of Defense Pete Hegseth is in Europe. He said this morning that in the future that Ukraine would not be a part of NATO. Is that part of your understanding as to how this is all going to shape out?
Well, I think the president has said that, and I agree that we shouldn't propose Ukraine to be part of NATO. And I thought what the president said last night, I don't know what the specifics of that discussion were that ultimately led to Mark's release, but I think this is a good step forward. I think we almost have uniform agreement. It's time to stop the fighting in Ukraine, and this is a positive first step in the right direction. And again, I think it all comes down to leadership. And you see now energetic leadership on the world stage, energetic leadership here at home. That's what President Trump promised, and this is all part of delivering on those promises. All
right, well, Senator Dave McCormick, I hope that you will come back and visit us often. And congratulations to you and your team and the Fogels.
Yes, I will. Thank you.
Okay, take care.